Yeah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh. Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Ba'asham Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. Salutations to the Akim and the Four Winds, preaching the truth with sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect. The elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through their father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwatim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Ram Yahawada with the lesson. And of course, you know, the whole breaking news, brother Polite goes to prison for 7 years, and then he has to also be on paperwork for another 10 years, right? So, and then if he violates that, he gets a thing of like 61 years or something like that. So this all comes back to let me back off of everything that was always said prior, because these are the things that we said that was could or should befall you. If it didn't happen now, I mean you still have the race wars, and you still have famine to go through. So this is just a taste of what's to come, right? Because you also got this second lockdown that they're gonna be doing, and that ain't a place to be in during this lockdown. Is to be in prison, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Luke chapter 12, verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. So, you know, you've been doing all these different things, these secret things you went down. This still that I have is when you went down to the apostles. Basically, this event in itself spinned out for years of you calling the apostles, and then it just into the members of GMS as rapists, right? So now your misbehaviors are starting to be revealed, right? So neither hid, right? It's going to be revealed, and it can't be hid. That shall not be known, right? And ultimately, what when you're dealing with coming against the Lord can't shelter you. He can't give you a hiding place, right? Because your whole thing is to go after those Kemet gods. So the whole thing is what allow those gods to protect you, right? Let Amun Ra or whatever that nonsense you had over your eye, that little eye, the eye of Horus or whatever, let Horus come and help you, save you. But it's never going to happen, right? Verse 3, therefore whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness, and you spoke highly and proudly against the Most High and against the men of the Most High, the men that the Lord set up to be the leaders of Israel, man. Whether you accept it, believe it or not, man. So it says, shall be the herd that shall be heard in the light. So now everything is coming to light, right? And that which ye have spoken in the ears, in closets, right? It's supposed like in secret, shall be, which you pretty much did it in public, but you thought nothing was gonna come up of it, like as if the Most High it's not going to require it. So it's like you were doing it in secret. Like there's no such thing as the Most High, right? In the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetop. So you can't get more housetop than the World Wide Web, where thousands of brothers are doing videos on you, right? Showing how the same thing, that the stigma that you were trying to put on the apostles, that's not a stigma that can stick, right? Because now even a lot of people, even Sadnetta, realized that that was the proper breakdown. He would tell you himself, that's the correct breakdown. Rape is in the Bible, or grape is in the Bible, Salakia, right? Yeah, so it's right here, Psalms chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, right? Going to the house of unconsciousness, right? Because they call it the house of consciousness. But you're very unconscious of the one true power who controls everything, right? The Lord has not given you the ability to have the faith, right? And faith is a gift, man. You should hope for faith. Like it says, faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You know what I mean? So you should hope for it, even though you can't see it. But it's evident because what? Now those things are coming into what? Fruition, right? As far as your judgment, as far as the MOTB, as far as World War III, as far as more and more evidence that we are the Israelites on a daily basis, right? So, and that Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, or self-proclaimed white man, right, in his courts in the 1781, in his courts, he declared himself to be white, right? So that's being more evident that he is the devil. So blessed is a man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, saying himself as a Moor, Islam, Kemet, all these different things, right? Nor standeth in the way of sinners, right? Saying you're a gang member, gangbanger, all these different things. Those are sinners, man. Neither sitteth in the seat of the scornful, right? Which scornful goes into what? Being a scoffer. And ultimately that's what you were doing. You were sitting in the seat of being a scoffer against the men that the Lord has set up to bring forth the 144% truth. And that's what they gave you. And now all of a sudden it turned into them being the grapists. But in reality, because in your world, that's grape. So guess what? It fell upon you. Right? Right. So this is Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. Judge not that ye be not judged. So the Lord set up judges, period. So Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, they set up as judges. Even we, as you know, the men that the Lord set up, who those that are called, chosen, and faithful, and hopefully we be chosen, right? We're hoping to be chosen, but those that are called to be called, chosen, and faithful, Lord willing, you be chosen, because you don't know if you're going to be chosen, but you are called. Many are called, but few are chosen, right? But you're set up to be a judge for what? For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. So you got to judge aright, man. So you got to be careful, right? Of being what? A scornful, right? A mocker, right? To be a scoffer, right? Especially scoffering the Lord, right? Because the Lord said that it's not you that they hate, it is me. So really, ultimately, you was trying to scoff the Most High. So now the Most High has to judge you because the Most High is perfect. Now, not to say that we're perfect, but you're still supposed to judge rightly. You know what I mean? Not be a respecter of persons. You got to be a certain way. And then sometimes the Lord do have favor on some people, and not others. It seems that way. But the favor the Lord shows is for a reason, right? Those are the things that the Lord can do because He's the Most High. But you, as a regular, average man, scoffing against the men that the Lord set up, that's a big no-no. So it says, I'm gonna start back at 2, Matthew 7:2. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. All right, and the same thing happened to you, right? And with what measure ye measure, it shall be measured to you again. So what? That same measurement of trying to belittle the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, your shame is upon your own head, right? It's no greater shame than that. And then the thing was alive, right? It was live. All right? The worldwide internet heard it, and now everybody's responding to it all over again. And and right here, here's a very good illustration of what you done in mocking the Most High, being a scoffer and a scorner, right? You shot up the Bible as if it's like, I don't need the Bible, but boy, oh boy, are you not sitting in that cell right now saying, oh my God, but what God are you talking about? What power or what entity are you calling on? Are you calling on Amun Ra? Are Amun Ra gonna get you something? Right? So, these are the things that hey, the Most High, let's just get to it, right? Galatians chapter 6 verse 7, be not deceived. See, and that's a complete total deception of what the self-proclaimed so-called white man has taught you, right? Because I heard also, not only were you part of the conscious community, you were also a so-called Crip, right? Then you were so-called a Mason, a Freemason. See, all the things that lead to death, right? Somehow hoping to get life. Why? Because you did a couple of workouts. You had some the fruits and the vegetables, and you listened to Dr. Sebi, and when death came knocking, Dr. Sebi, with all that health, couldn't save his own life. And that's the same thing with you. With all that scoffing and scorning, you can't save your own life. Amun Ra, a horse, can't save you. Those are false gods, right? So it says, be not deceived, the Most High, Yahweh, is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, right? And you sowed that. You put that in the atmosphere, right? You spoke it. Things that's spoken in the dark, which you thought the Lord cannot hear. That shall he also reap, right? You're gonna reap it. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of his flesh reap corruption. And that's what you're trying to make something seem very wrong with the Bible. But now you're the one who's reaping the corruption of your flesh. But he that soweth to the spirit, right, which is that scriptures that you have in your hand that you threw behind you. That's what you needed. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. And see, and that's the difference between you and me, and you and a lot of other people. There's a lot of Israelites who might have been in that same situation that you're in, but the Lord cloaked them. Why? Because they sow to the Spirit, right? And now there's growth. There's a new way of looking at things in life. And then now you're not looking at it behind bars saying, damn, I effed up. Nah, I chose the right way. I chose the spiritual way. I chose the Most High. And the Lord could cloak you from certain calamities that's meant to fall upon you. Right? Yeah, so now, these are the ways that the Lord can bring you down and judge you. So we're going to go into Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 23:16 in the GNB DC. It says, there are many, it's like it, there are any number of ways to sin, right? So there's many ways to sin, right? But going against the apostles could be one of the worst ways to sin, man. It's almost like you're laughing directly in the face of the Most High, man. Right? So it's only about a matter of time. So the Lord gives you space to repent, right? And bring down. So the Lord will give you that time to repent before you get bring down, right? But and bring down Yahweh's anger, right? Because He's gonna judge you. Bring down Yahweh's anger. But sexual passion is a hot blazing fire, right? So you all of a sudden now you had this hot sexual desire for your lady's daughter, right? Which at any particular time you probably would have never done that, but that's why maybe it was so unfathomable unto you at first, But the Lord sealeth the instructions in your dreams. So the Lord basically sealed this in your mind to do something that you probably would have never done. But mocking the Most High, He sealed it in your dreams. He put the passion in you, right? But sexual passion, because where do passion come from? It comes from the Most High. Is a hot blazing fire, right? So now you had this hot sexual passion for this young woman that you probably would have never had, that cannot be put out at will. See, it wasn't even a part of your willpower, right? It wasn't even part of your willpower. It can only burn itself out. So what you had to accomplish it to where there was your how do you say it? Your fluids on this girl's shirt, right? You couldn't you had to do it until it was accomplished, and that's what the Lord said that he does. He put spirits that love to do His will, that like to accomplish what the Lord sent out to do. A man who lives for nothing but sexual enjoyment will keep on until the fire destroys him. See, but you was Big Willie. You had the ladies. You even had the snow bunnies sitting on top of one of them BMWs and the nice stuff and the nice houses, and you was the man. So you thought you'd be able to just get any woman at any time, and everything will be okay, right? But that's not the case, right? The Lord set you up for judgment. Matter of fact, let's get that. Yeah, so this is Job chapter 33, and I'm gonna go 14, because what, like I said, the Lord calls you to do that technically, right? You lost all control. Then it says, for the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, right? And even right here in this picture, this is when you went down with Sinetta, and the apostle spoke to you once, and then he spoke to you twice, giving you the straight skinny, man, giving you the truth, giving you the medicine that you need. But instead, you mocked it, right? And now you're being judged on the measure that you were judging upon, right? And your judgment's not over yet. This is just the beginning, because you were saying you wanted to get Crips and Bloods, so now you're gonna go to a place filled with Crips and Bloods, right? But then again, the way they got these joints set up now, they got where you like you're in a separate thing and you're upon your own. But then even then, sometimes those people feel like, though I've committed a crime of grape, it wasn't that fashion of grape. It was, at least it was a grown woman and not a child. So that person may be the one that the Lord put a spirit to take vengeance upon you. Who knows? But let's go for this. This is for the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet a man perceiveth it not. Right? You didn't perceive it. You were there and you didn't perceive it, man. You wouldn't get in the gist of it, right? But what happened when that night, that crazy night? you just decide, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go over here and, like, I don't know, the thing don't even begin to make sense. So it had to be like the Spirit of the Lord that made you do that. You're gonna take a child. The way the lady said, you were just supposed to go downstairs, and that was it. But somehow you ended up on the other side of town in a hotel room. So this proves right here. It says in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and seal their instructions, right? So ultimately the Lord opened up your ear and sealed your instructions, because this day right here, you were appalled at the whole idea of anything in that manner. But see how judgment works out is, the Lord can have you do something that even you find to be appalling, all for the simple fact of His glory and giving you judgment, right? You probably would have never. I know He's saying in His mind, man, it doesn't make sense why I did that. Even to yourself, it probably don't make sense why you did that. You, like, in a million years, as far as how you feel, your thoughts, your emotions, the things you feel about those things, you'd have never did that. But the Lord sealeth the instructions in your dreams, so you couldn't help yourself. All of a sudden, you had this uncontrollable passion, this fire, this sexual desire to do this, man, and not knowing that was all the judgment of the Most High. Right. So yeah, let me continue with that, because that being the way the Lord can seal the instructions, through, and He do those through what? Through the angels, through the spirits, the angels that are under Him, whether they're the angels on the left hand side or the angels on the right hand side. They seal the things that the Lord want to be done. So it says, there be spirits. This is Slakia, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. So that was a sore stroke to you, man. And those angels were laying on sore strokes, telling you, hey, man, go down over there, get that room, go in there and do that with the girl real quick, man. Right? And you I mean, hey, I don't even know. I don't even know. But let's say to lay on short stroke in the time of destruction, right? So this was all set up to what? To destroy you, right? Because that's what you told. That's what you told the late. Don't do it. It's gonna destroy my career. To destroy you, right? It don't mean you have to be killed right then and there, right? It can destroy you a totally different way. You know, the killing you is something you know down the line maybe, but it's to destroy your career, destroy your image, right? Because a lot of these dudes was putting you up on a pedestal, man. They were almost worshiping you. We bring up the Bible, but Brother Polite said, and they will say what Brother Polite said over what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has to say. So the Lord had to judge you, man. Right? They pour out their force and appease, right? To mean that means to please, to appease the wrath, right? Because the Most High he's mad at you, man. The wrath of him that made them. And who made them? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. And they were putting you up on a pedestal higher than Yahweh Shai, man. You were higher than the apostles. Right? Which is bugged out and bizarre, man. They were putting you over the only one and begotten Son who died for the nation of Israel, who got men out there on the highways and the byways saying, look, man, this is what we have to come back to. Obviously, this is why we're lost. Obviously, man, this is evident. Right? Like I say, our Lord sprang out of Judah. It is evident that what? The self-proclaimed so-called white man put us in slavery. That's in the Bible. It's evident that the Charagma is on its way. It's evident of World War III. It's evident that the race wars are going to happen because the self-proclaimed so-called white man keep going to your churches, to your grocery stores, saying he wants to start a race war. So this is evidence that the things that we're saying, right? But you don't want to get it. So these angels and appease the wrath of him that made them, right? So he sealed it in your dreams, and the angels were the ones who were getting you to have that passion that you couldn't put it away until you destroyed yourself, until it was accomplished. Right, so this is Romans chapter 1, verse 24. It says, wherefore the Most High, Yahweh, also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust, right? Through the lust, right? Knowing the going into that sexual desire, right? Through the lust of their own heart, lob, which is your mind. Everything starts in the mind. You were thinking of, oh, dang. And it was like, it was uncontrollable of how you couldn't stop thinking about it. And until you performed it to destroy yourself. Right? What that has to do with because people calling you sick. He's sick and yeah, but that was the demons or the angels, right? Because people mislabel the demons as if they're the on the left hand side that they're wicked, but they were just doing the instructions that the Most High told them to do. Or it could have been the angels on the right hand side, whichever angels, right? Which normally that's put up to the angels on the left hand side, right? But so there's lust in their heart, lob, with your mind, to dishonor, right? So ultimately that was a dishonor to you. You don't destroy my career. That it brought what? A dishonor to your name. Dishonor to their own bodies between themselves, right? So you basically dishonored your body. Yeah, so to continue on, right? Because you defiled your own body, right? You dishonored your own body, So, and this is, because that one was talking about, man with man, but you still defiled your own body even though you didn't do it with a man, and I'm gonna show you how right here with Leviticus 18 and 17. Says, thus shall not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, right? So that was your lady's daughter. So you're not supposed to have sex with a mother and a daughter. You're not supposed to see both of their nakedness, right? Neither shall thus take her son's daughter, right? So say if she had a son, and the son was old enough to have a daughter that was of a particular age, where she had, breast and this and that, you still can't do it, right? Because you're dating the mom, and then that would be her son, right? Which would kind of like in a sense be your son in a, or your son-in-law in a sense. So that'd be like your granddaughter or something in a sense, right? And I know we don't see things like that because people say that they don't believe we're in the biblical times, but we are, right? It's just because we're under this devil. You can't execute the things that's meant to be executed, and they kept us away from our ways and our knowledge for quite some time, and to come back and then just to serve you with harsh punishment in the law, it's not fair, you know what I mean? Because, hey, who knows if the Lord don't show mercy on whomever he would show mercy on, right? Because people will get mad. Oh, what do you mean the Lord is going to show mercy on Brother Polite? Well, the Lord will show mercy on whom he will have mercy upon. So you cannot do that because this is not that time, because we have to let the angels come and be the reapers, right? So these are the things. So let me continue. Neither shall thus take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter, right? Which would be like grandchildren or whatever. It'd be like her children or her children's children. You can't. Those are the ones that's closer to her, like almost like basically her grandchildren. To uncover her nakedness, for they are her nearest kin. Yeah, see, her nearest kinswomen. It is wickedness. See, and ultimately, what you did was a wicked act. A wicked act. Right. And I'm gonna go ahead and add this for good measure. Right. It says verse 18 and 18. Neither shall thus take a wife to her sister. So some people think, oh yeah, she got her sister look good too. No, you can't take her sister either. To vex her, to uncover her nakedness, beside the other in her lifetime. So as long as she's alive, you cannot do that, right? The same thing as long as a man is alive, a woman cannot marry or be with another man. You cannot be with. Now this is a little bit different. This is talking about being with her sister, right? Because you could have multiple wives, but you can't be with her sister unless she died, right? But that's just an added bonus. But the main part was 17. It says Leviticus 18 verse 17. Thus shall not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. And that's the point right there. You're not supposed to uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. See, that's how you got dishonor to your own body, right? So call Lawyer Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. Citation to the Akim and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. And a Baba Ball.